So you can run a browser in Python by using the PybindCEF extension. So this is a Kiwi window rendering a browser, the Chromium Embedded Framework surface, into a native Python window. So this is the window, and you can type in, you can go to any URL you want. Let's type in Novfensec GitHub. Yes, you can open the GitHub URL and come to the repositories you want. The hover is working. Open any repository or PybindCEF. So what is that PybindCEF? PybindCEF is, let me go to the extension that I'm talking about. So here it is. Now PybindCEF is the latest Python bindings for embedding Chromium Embedded Framework. So this allows you to embed a browser window inside your UIs, Python UIs, whether tkinter or, so it has tests. You can use Kiwi, PyQt, tkinter, WX Python, whatever library you want, and you can just embed a browser window in it. So let's get to the build instruction. Today's video is mostly about the compilation part, because we already have the examples ready, and we just need to know how we can build this wrapper. So first of all, we need to install build the libsep DLL wrapper. This is required for the function library functions that we are using in this extension. So first of all, for Linux, if you are on Linux, you can follow the Linux build instruction, but I am on Windows, so I'll tell you about the Windows install instructions. Now first of all, you need to have is the build tools that are required to build this extension. The Microsoft Visual Studio build tools, the CL, the compiler, or you can use MinGW, whatever you want, and CMake. So let's run this command once and you can see how it works. Open any command from terminal and paste this and run. Now this will install the Visual Studio build tools latest version. I already have that, so I don't need to run this. The next command is CMake, and this is also present, so I don't need to run that. Now let's come to the next thing. Now this is the set of commands that I prepared for PowerShell, and if you run these commands in PowerShell, what it will do, it will go to this website that hosts CEF builds for Windows and all systems, Spotify CEF builds. Yes, so this is the website that hosts all the builds for all systems, Windows 64, Windows 32, of the latest CEF. So this command will actually download the CEF binary for Windows 64 and save it to a zip file called cefbinary.tar.vz2 as it is present here, and the last command will extract the files from inside to our directory called cefbinary under the download folder. So let's come to the downloads folder. Yes, so here it is, the CEF binary, and this is how it will look like. There will be no build folder initially because you have to build the extension now. Let me close this. Oh, I think this might be in use. Okay, let's just close this. Yes, let's delete this folder. So after you have done all these, that is download part, now you have to build the libsep DLL wrapper extension. So leave the instructions that are provided there. Let's come to the desktop and see what we can do directly. Now first of all, open a command from terminal. Yes. So now in this, you have to first create our directory called build. So this is using the CMake system to build the libsep DLL wrapper. So we're gonna move to that directory. Okay, so we are inside the build directory, and now we have to run a command to generate the CMake files. So what is the command? CMake ... that is the root folder, the source folder. Where is the source folder? And some arguments, dcmake build type release, and we are gonna enable the FPIC flag, position independent code, so we can actually link against our Python extension. Yes, so it's ready. Let's build. It's generating CMake files inside this directory. So here are the CMake files that we require to build libsep DLL wrapper. Now a simple command, cmake ---- build dot, to build the extension, and config release ---- parallel flag ensures that all the files are being built in multiple threads. So it's actually fast because the libsep DLL wrapper is too big and it will take some time, so you need to wait for at least a minute to complete this compilation. Okay, so the build has completed. Now let's refresh the dir. Okay, so we have the libsef dll wrapper directory. Inside this is the release folder and it contains the libsef dll wrapper.lib, the library that we require. Now the next step is to build the extension itself. So we are required to have pybind 11 installed. Let's do pip install pybind 11 global. And this will install pybind 11 because that extension uses pybind 11 bindings for converting to a native Python extension. So let's clear the screen and move to the next part. Now you have to clone this repository, and once you have cloned this repository, you have to come inside the repository. And what you will do is, as you can see here, so this is the source code of PybindCEF, and this is the build directory that I created. Let's remove it. One is actually inside that here. Let's just delete all these. Yes. So now I'm gonna first of all delete this directory, open a new terminal, and again create the directory called build. Move inside it. Now we have to compile the extension. First of all, we generate the CMake files because this project also follows the CMake build structure. CMake CMake to just generate the files. And CMake --build --config release to build the extension. Now this will build all the files under this directory included, and I've already provided rules how to build for Windows, how to build for Linux, how to build for Android. And inside the build directory there will be a release directory, and inside you can find the PybindCEF extension. Okay, so it is being generated. Should not open that. Yes, so now it has been generated fully. We can copy this PybindCEF extension to whichever directory we want to access this module from. So in this main.py, I'm actually directly calling import PybindCEF. So I am copying the PybindCEF extension to the directory of this main.py. Or you can put this in the side packages dir. So it is actually available in path, and Python can import the module. So the next thing is to build the CEF worker. Now this is the subprocess that CEF requires to run in multiple processes for different parts of the CEF, that the render, etc. other things. So let's move to CEF worker and build CEF worker. The same things we have to do again. Make a dir called build. Move to that. CMake .. This will generate the CMake files. CMake --build --config release, and this will generate the CEF worker.exe inside this release directory, and we have to copy this again to wherever we put the main.py. Now the last thing that we are required to do is to provide add the on Windows specifically, you have to provide a DLL directory so that it can find libsef.dll that exists actually here. Let me show you. Inside the release folder, you can see libsef.dll. So the last things you need to do is actually copy all the files inside this directory and the resources directory to a directory that is present in the path of this. So I have created a subdirectory called PybindCEF and copied all the files present in both the two directories, resources and release, in here, and provided the path to be added as DLL and also inserted in the path. So all the files that are required by CEF to run are actually present inside this. Now I have to just open this main.py in integral terminal and run python main.py. And this will start rendering the browser interface. So this is how you can build a browser in TV. You can get the examples on this repository. Just go to the test directory and you can find example for different UIs, or you can create your own example. So there is no documentation till now, but you can follow along because it's very easy. Just go to the src directory and you can open the bridge.cpp. Here you will find all the commands that are present inside this module right now. So first one is initialize, create browser, URL. So all these are the commands that you can call directly. So thank you for watching the video. This is how you can embed a Chromium Embedded Framework browser inside a Python window using the PybindCEF extension in any UI framework that you want. Thank you.